Hey guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. Today's episode is Advice to Medical Coding Students Learning Evaluation and Management. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. I am Blue, I'm a medical coder. All right, so first things first, and I'm probably going to run a few people off by this statement. If you're going to leave, go ahead and leave now. Here's the thing, this video is not a demonstration about evaluation and management. Okay, so those that were looking for an example about evaluation and management probably already took off. Here's the thing, I have done evaluation and management demonstrations many times on my channel. This is some of the lowest viewed videos that I have is anytime I'm doing a demonstration. So fine, today's episode is about advice to medical coding students about learning evaluation and management. This is very valuable, and it's very valuable because of this following reason. A lot of times medical coding students get sucked in to this pack mentality, right? Oh, evaluation and management is hard. Somebody says it to somebody, and then by the time you know it, it spreads like wildfire. This has been since Moses wore short pants. Everybody says this. Evaluation and management is so hard. I don't understand. It confuses me. I don't like it. Well, why? Why don't you like it? I don't know, I just don't like it. Or it's too hard. Why is it too hard? Well, because I don't understand it. Okay, well, what have you done to try to understand it? Well, that's what everybody says. There's the problem. When you listen to other people, this is what can throw you off as a medical coding student. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not listen to the naysayers and other people who tell you evaluation and management is so hard. It is not. The thing about learning evaluation and management is you have to learn why do we have evaluation and management so that the provider can get paid for their cognitive work, okay? So all their brain power and everything that they're using to treat this patient is that in that level, okay? And to understand these levels, everything is already in the book. And I keep telling you guys to look at your book. Now, I tell y'all to look at your book because this is where all the answers are. Now, with evaluation and management, you have to know about history, you have to know about physical exam, you have to know about the review of systems. You do have to know all of these elements. And they do have all of that information in the CPT book in the evaluation and management section. They also have the appendix in the back that gives you some vignettes or vignettes, or however you pronounce it. I never can get a clear pronunciation on vignettes. But they have sections in the back that give you an example. It's in Appendix C of the CPT Professional Edition by the AMA. They give you examples for inpatient professional services or like the inpatient pro fee evaluation and management levels, and they also give you examples for emergency department coding as well. So that is where you want to look to kind of give you an idea of what would be this type of level. What does it look like? All right. Now, the thing about learning and learning with other people is if you listen to other people as they're telling you that evaluation is scary, it's hard to understand, that's what you're going to have in your head. Now, when I went to medical coding school, I went to a trade school and I learned on my own. I've told the story many times about how I learned on my own at this trade school. They plopped me in front of a computer and said, here, learn. And so that's what I did. But when I was there, the course instructor did tell me, hey, you know, a lot of people are slow down at this part because they don't understand evaluation and management. So we're just letting you know. And I was just like making good time in the school, and I was not about to slow down for anything or anybody or anything to get in my way. So I already had that determined frame of mind. You have to have a determined frame of mind, especially if you have a lot of people in front of you saying evaluation and management is so hard. It's not hard when you take the time to review everything. So when I was going through my program and I had heard about all these people failing, I mean, I had made it through evaluation and management on the first try. How did I make it through on the first try? Because I literally read the book that we were given from cover to cover. Don't ask me what the title of the book was because that book is way outdated by now. I've always given my recommendations for evaluation and management books in the description box of my videos. So in any of my videos, you will see all the recommendations that I have. These are Amazon affiliate links. You do not have to click on the link, as I may get a commission if you do, but you don't have to click on them. That's why the title is there, so that you can seek them out however you find your books. You can look them up that way. That is totally fine. But a lot of times I notice with students is that they're not being proactive. And by not being proactive, I mean that they're not really looking at the book, that they're just kind of standing around asking, I don't understand, or what do I do, what do I do? Start by looking at the book. Get familiar with the evaluation and management level ranges for an office outpatient visit, or for the evaluation and management for the ER, or for inpatient services and that kind of thing. Get familiar with those. And there's a lot in here. There's critical care, there's extended prolonged services codes. You really have to understand by going through there what they are and where you can locate the information about them. So start by being proactive. Secondly, stop listening to other people. It's time for this pack mentality about evaluation and management to stop, because it's very frustrating when I hear from people who immediately hear about evaluation and management and they want to give up. I don't like evaluation and management. I hate it. It's nothing to be hated, guys. It's something to be spent time with and understood. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is when you spend the time to do that. If you are not being proactive and doing a simple Google search to check out evaluation and management resources and really start like looking out there and seeing what's available, that would really help you. On my Patreon channel right now, I am doing an evaluation and management series. And it is the E&M Genesis is what I'm calling it, because I'm starting from the beginning. And I'm doing 4 lessons per month. And it is literally, we're breaking it down. And I'm going slow, because the slow way is the fast way. Now, had I tried to speed through my medical coding program and only did what was assigned of me, then I would have probably failed too. But the fact that I went above and beyond and I read all of the chapters in between, a lot of my classmates couldn't figure out why I was doing that. They said, well, we're only supposed to do this chapter and this chapter. Why are you doing all those other ones? And I said, because I'm trying to understand this. So that's my way of going above and beyond to really understand. And there's a lot of resources out there, guys. If you are with AHEMA has their resources about evaluation and management. If you're with AAPC, they also have resources, I'm sure, about evaluation and management. But I do not recommend getting a separate credential for evaluation and management, because you don't need it. Your medical coding credential says that you know how to code evaluation and management, and you don't have to have another certification to say that you know how to code evaluation and management. I'm just saying. But yes, guys, don't let that pack mentality take over. It's so disheartening when I see that from a lot of people, that they assume things because that's what they hear. So I hear that evaluation and management is hard. I hear it's hard to find a job. I hear that medical coders are, have a hard time learning this stuff. Guys, it's about being proactive. If you are not proactive, nobody can help you. But if you are proactive, if you are a researcher, this really does help, because it's going to help you to understand things faster. You're going to be able to know where to find your resources a lot quicker. And the sooner that you figure that out, the sooner that you will see that this actually isn't that hard. This is just like learning anything else. This is just like learning surgery coding. This is just like learning anything of the specialties, any of the specialty services, learning any of those. It is just going to take some time. So don't give in to the peer pressure, and don't give in to the pack mentality of this is hard, I can't learn it. Because if you keep saying that, if you keep saying evaluation management is hard, I don't understand it, it's never gonna sink in, guys. Because that's the energy that you're putting out, is that I don't understand, I don't get this. This is where you have to say, I'm going to learn this. We will figure this out. Start having more positive verbiage that you're speaking, rather than trying to sit there and just, bring yourself down with all these other people who are saying evaluation and management is hard. It's not hard, guys. I'm doing the evaluation and management with my Patreons right now. If you're interested in subscribing to my Patreon channel, Patreon is a lot like YouTube, except there are no commercials, but you pay to support the creator, which would be me. The minimum pledge right now is $10 per month, but it does give you access to all the quizzes and all the videos that I have posted. So if you're interested in that, again, the link will be below. Now, I did have some links that I was like, oh, this would be good, this would be good. So I went ahead and shared it on my Patreon channel. So if you're interested in that, again, it's on my Patreon channel. I do a lot of things for my Patreons because they are the reason that I am able to do a lot of things that I have to do for myself as a professional. And that's, you know, the thing that I do with that money. And so I really appreciate it. And because of that, I want to be able to share the things that I find with them. So, and this stuff is easily found just by doing a simple Google search, you know, so. But that's just my advice anyway, guys. Don't give in to the peer pressure. It's really not that bad. And again, reviewing the sections of the section 4 evaluation and management in your CPT book is going to go a long way. And reviewing the chapter, the appendix C, see, like in CAT, if you review that section back there, you'll be able to kind of get an idea of what these levels constitute. What constitutes a high level of medical decision making? What constitutes a moderate, you know, that kind of thing. So those are the things that are covered when you start looking at those things. So sometimes you just have to stop and look at what you have in front of you and start to absorb it that way. And you're not going to understand it right away. It's not going to make sense to you the second you pick up the book and, oh yeah, I get it now. It's not going to. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. But you also have to understand that it's going to take time to grow. We have to know what a doctor knows while never having gone to medical school. Now, I'm going to keep saying that because I need you guys to understand this is the medical field. And a lot of these programs, they're short, you know, 9 months, 12 months, or 18 months, I think is a good amount of time. Some of them are shorter. Some of them are 4 months. Some are 6 months, and some are 8 months. 8 months is a lot better than 4 or 6 months. I'm just saying, because it's a lot of information to pack into a very short amount of time. And I think that these shorter programs don't prepare people as well as they should be, especially for something as serious as this field. You know, we have a lot of responsibility, and I think a lot of responsibility that people don't think about. You know, these patients have to pay based on what we select, right? Because it's supposed to be based on the documentation. So we're supposed to be working with our providers, and we're supposed to be making sure that everything is clear. And I think a lot of people don't understand that because you see it a lot in the industry. And so that is something that you guys really need to think about. You know, it's going to take time. And even if you're in a fast-paced medical coding program, it doesn't matter. It's all about like, okay, I'm going to figure this out. Because you don't have to take your test as soon as you complete a program. Just so you guys know, you can take it whenever you're ready, but I always recommend taking it no more than 90 days after you complete a program. Because if you go longer than 30 days and 90 days, you are going to forget a lot of the things that you learned. And so you don't want to do that. Like I said, I really recommend that you take no more than 90 days to take your exam. But that's just my advice anyway. But guys, evaluation and management is not hard. Please stop saying that it's hard. Because the more you say it's hard, the more your brain's going to be like, okay, this is hard. We're never going to learn this. So start saying, no, I'm going to learn this evaluation and management. And I faced evaluation and management head on with no fear. And that's what you have to do, guys. Because this stuff is going to scare you if you allow it to overwhelm you and overthink. Oh yeah, this is hard. Everybody else said this is hard. You're better than that, guys. Come on, you are better than that. And you know that you can get this. So that's just my advice anyway. I'm going to leave it right there. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, like, subscribe, share, because you know this helps me to reach more people. And, you know, YouTube loves their likes. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye.